Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. In this video I'm going to teach you how to translate your whole app to any other language. This will be a very quick video because this is really not so difficult to do, but it will still teach you some important lessons you should consider in your app. So I am in an empty compose project here. I just implemented a little column in which I will put some text here. So just text, and let's say the text should be hello world, and we have some space of, let's say, a height of 16 dp, and then we just have another text here, and we can say this text should be translated. If you have an app like that, then you already did one mistake if it comes to translating text, and that is that you hard-coded your strings. You shouldn't do that in Android apps. You have string resources, and that's actually the reason why we use string resources, because with that we can very easily translate our app. So we can just say, for German, we want to have this string resources file. For English, we want to have this one. For Spanish, this one, and so on. So I think you get it. So instead of doing this, we should remove these texts here that we want to translate and replace them with string resources. And the ID will be r.string, which import r here, and for some reason it always imports the wrong r, and this one. Then this shouldn't be necessary. Yeah, so we can say r.string, and we can create a new string resource, for example hello world. Then it won't know that of course, so we press Alt plus enter, enter again to create that string value, and we can say the English text is hello world. Then we can simply copy this string resource and do the same for this text. And here I'll just call this resource translate. Alt plus enter, enter. This text should be translated. So far so good. So now we have these strings in our string resources file here in ras values strings XML, just as English texts. How can we now translate these, for example, to German? Let's right click on values, new values resource file. We want to now create a new variation of that string resource file. We still call it strings, so you need to call it the same way. And then here we have some so-called qualifiers that we can add, such as the locale. So we can click on locale, then there's right arrows, and now we can select a specific language for which this new strings resource, this new strings XML file should be used for. And I will, for example, here choose German. Then it will take the German language code. You can also specify a specific region, or you can just say all German-speaking countries should use this string resource, which is what I will do here. We click OK. And here's our new resources file, which is now empty. And you can also see here in our strings folder, we now have our main strings XML file with the English text, and then a strings XML file with DE, which is the language code for German. So you know that the German language, the German translations are in this strings XML file. So when that is done, you can go to your main strings, copy these strings that should be translated, and paste them here in the German one. You leave the name as it is, but instead of this English text, you now choose the translation. So in German, that will be Hallo Welt. And this should be, dieser Text sollte übersetzt werden. So that is now the German translation here for our strings file. And now this app will automatically detect the language the device is using. If it's using English, it will use the English resource file. If it's using German, the German one. So if we just launch this, then you will now see this text display in English. And if we now change our device language, which is here, you need to add a new language here probably, if you don't have at least two. So I installed German here, so we can switch this up to the top to make it the prioritized language. Then we can go back to our app, and you see now it's actually translated in German. And that is actually also a configuration change, what not many people know. A lot of people think configuration changes in Android are basically just screen rotations, but that's just the most common one. But also, if you change the language, your activity will be recreated. So another reason why you should use view models for your stuff. But yeah, now you have a perfectly translated app. It's really that easy. So yeah, I hope you liked that video. If so, then you definitely want to check out my newsletter down there in the description. You will get regular Android advice, clean architecture advice, Kotlin advice for free right into your inbox. So do check it out and subscribe. I wish you an excellent day, and I'll see you back in the next video. Bye bye.